God fucking damn it. No, I'm not watching Racing Stripes with you, no. I'm not. That doesn't belong to you. Sadist! Animal fucker! I won't do it, you ape! This, I don't really care about. I don't. Just putting it out there. But this, I have mixed feelings about. I like exploring feelings. Do you? You do? Come on, let's go, dude! Originally released as Kaneko Monogatari, a 1986 Japanese adventure film narrated by Shigeru Suyuki, it was then re-released by Columbia Pictures in 1989 as the slightly shorter The Adventures of Milo and Otis, narrated by Dudley Moore, known by most for his portrayal of Arthur in, you guessed it, Arthur! It wasn't a guessing game. You get nothing! Except a happy tale about a curious cat and a pug-nosed pup. The happy coming-of-age story for all kids. For all kids. Sorry. I myself have delightfully nostalgic memories surrounding this film. The kind that send those delightful shivers down my spine and into my cheeks! It had a ginger cat and a pug in it. I had a ginger cat. Pugs are weird looking. Love a pug. The good times. Then reality kicked in and I grew up like a beautiful fawn butting into a sultry doe. My love for film and stories, it delved deep. Analysis became a subconscious thought. And eventually, I got back around to Milo and Otis. So let's get to the point. This is a kid's film. This is an adventure, coming-of-age story that revolves around animal leads. Everyone knows a good adventure has scares, life and death scrapes. But how does Cat Dog act in such scenery? They don't. It's real. The facts! There were no animal rights officials on set. And that's it for the facts, ladies and gentlemen! You see where I'm going with this? You will. You will. You're gonna see some animal cruelty. I wanted to get all of this out of the way early so that I don't trigger anyone. If you offend yourself easily, get out! But now enough rambling and gambling. I'm doing a video here. Choose one or the other.
On a pretty little farm, the sun comes up on a curious cat and a pug-nosed pup. A brand new life outside the door. Follow your nose and go explore. 'Cause we're gonna take a walk outside today. Gonna see what we can find today. We're gonna take a walk outside today. Gonna see what we can find today.
The film begins on an upbeat note, as we glide through the night to the farm where we'll meet our heroes, and their stories are just beginning. We meet the curious cat Milo, followed by the pug-nosed pup Otis, not long after their births. Ah, birth, the beginning of life, and torture. It's quickly established that Milo is a bit of a troublemaker, while Otis is more matter-of-fact.
No, Otis barks. No. Deep down inside, I'm a dog.
They form a strong bond, opposites attract and all of that, and spend their days of youth playing hide-and-seek, caring for eggs, and occasionally fighting the locals.
Hello in there.
The pair mature quickly, as animals do, and during a session of hide-and-seek, Milo sets the box he's hiding in adrift upon a river. Otis can do nothing but watch as his friend sets the story in motion. As you can see, the filmmakers seem more intent on getting their shots, happily stranding a cat in a box, letting it drift down the river. While this doesn't seem overly dangerous, it's still showing a lack of care for the animal's well-being. Not long after that, they decide to up the risk and thrills. As Milo drifts along, a bear on the shore spots him. It quickly decides he's lunch, and before long, Milo is within the bear's grasp. Luckily, Otis leaps in to save the day, leaving Milo to drift once more. There may have been wranglers on set, but this is a pug. This is a bear. I'm not sure about you, but I imagine there would have been a few badly hurt pugs during this scene. Milo continues to drift, soon coming upon some rapids. So there are already issues with putting a cat in a box and dumping it in a river, but it's a different story when it's a deadly river. Oh look, a waterfall! Bye-bye, kitty! These guys just sent a cat over a waterfall in a wooden box. They didn't even nail on the lid. Come on, guys, that's just sloppy. Well, Milo's dead. Time to see what Otis is up to. Currently tracking his friend, Otis finds his way to Deadwood Swamp, where he spots Milo's box. What's in the box? Spaghetti! It's nothing, just a feather. Otis keeps moving forward, however, hoping to find his friend. Arriving at a beach while searching for Milo, Otis ends up trapped by the changing tide. Lucky for him, ex machina turtle! As twisted as this film is, this scene amazes me still. This is a pug riding a turtle. We're all seeing this. I mean, how... that's right. Fuck you, Turtle from Finding Nemo. You weren't even real. Also, friendly reminder, a pug was probably swept away whilst trying to film this, and drowned. On the other hand, though, we jump back to Milo, who is nearly flattened by a train. Was this shot absolutely necessary? What am I saying? They've already had a bear and a waterfall. This is needed. Milo then bounces from one odd character to the next, each offering no real help to his predicament. After a restless night, Milo decides to try his hand at fishing. While successful, there's a sudden appearance from that rascally bear. Luckily for Milo, the bear falls, and, probably due to humiliation, flees. Coming across a nesting area, Milo tries to score some eggs, only to be attacked by all the angry bird parents, so he takes the only choice available, hurling himself off a cliff and into the sea. Death, on behalf of all the birds, the fall being swept away into the ocean or dashed against the rocks. There is a lot of possible deaths right here. Straight after, Milo is confronted by the bear again. Well, technically it's different. It's browner than black and it's missing the white patch. So, we'll just pretend. Again, even with wranglers, this is a powerful creature and a not so powerful, much smaller animal in a tight spot. It wouldn't take much to turn things sticky. Not surprisingly, Milo escapes, but is soon in danger once again. This time stuck in a tree with a snake. While the snake seems somewhat docile, I'm no snake expert, and there are quite a few cuts here, and snakes are quick. I doubt any wranglers could get in there before a few strikes landed. Falling into a perfect hole beneath him, Milo is both trapped and saved. Before being saved again! That's right, Otis is here to save the day. Ex machina rope. Where the hell did that come from? Also, let's not even mention the hole. I mean, why? Why is it there? It's now, in the last 15 minutes, with the pair reunited, that we're introduced to Milo's love interest. Milo immediately acts upon sudden sexual desire, and forgets the fact that Otis is even there. God damn it, Milo. This movie is G! Keep it G! Winter is drawing near, and eventually bored of being the third wheel, Otis declares he's leaving. And so he does. Yeah, fuck those guys. They ain't worth it. This leads to Otis meeting his own love interest, which means his composure goes out the window and he immediately gets down to the deed. Why in God's name did they jam romance into the last 15 minutes? To ensure the character's arc of growing up is complete? Because animals really do work that quickly? I mean, I get it, I do. It just feels really jammed in. We meet new characters, we get new character development, and 10 minutes later, the film ends. Amazing! So we have
delight
in
in
chaos
yeah?
and slaughter. You can't
But
spell.
I
I
empathize
empathize with animals. Sometimes humans, they are animals. But watching a cute ginger zinger of a swinging ninja thrown to its doom, that's not fulfilling. You can't argue that it doesn't look real, though. You actually believe the danger. Yes, but I don't want to leave a film feeling sick as I question just how many animals died. Human actors still make mistakes. We all love bloopers. But you saw the scenes with the bear, the snake, the lions. Oh, die. Just how many takes did they need in those moments? How many pugs and tabbies? Well, yes, one could argue that it adds to the drama of the film. It has something animation could never recreate. That's because you can actually see danger and terror. An actor is meant to bring a scene to life, to make you believe what you're seeing. You think any respecting actor would let a director actually kill them just for the shot? Fuck. The point is, Even in such a circumstance, the decision always comes down to the actor and what they agree to do. An animal can't say, "Yeah, bro, throw me off that cliff. The scene is gonna look fucking sick." Going back to animation, why wasn't that art form used? Did this film have to be live action? One of my favorite films, Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, came out in 1984. Well, yes, it probably would have cost more to make, and this film went through 5 years of production before its release in 1986, so the creators probably weren't looking at Nausicaa for much inspiration. Animated movies had existed since 1928 in Japan, though, and maybe even earlier, so I'm still confused as to why someone chose to put animal lives in danger instead of utilizing animation, which is mostly harmless. Needless to say that, as much as this is a film from my childhood, and I enjoyed rewatching it, it delves deep into animal cruelty. Reading articles from across the web, you can find claims, supposedly coming from crew members, that animals were deliberately harmed to achieve certain shots, from breaking paws to achieve a limp, to, of course, throwing a cat off a cliff. Animals were deliberately put in situations where they would most likely be harmed, or even killed. According to a quote from the UK Economist, a third of the 30 chatrans, or Milos, died, especially the one that was thrown from a cliff. As well as that, editors who worked on the English dub claimed that there was a lot of dark footage in amongst the extra 70 hours they were given, not to mention what they cut out of the film to avoid controversy. When that's all for the sake of creating a film, for anything, I can't agree. Knowing animals went through hell for a film doesn't sit right. Humans know the risks and pain they will most likely go through for a film. They can say no. Animals can show us that they're not happy, but that really means diddly. And that's film talk! Something I've wanted to do for a while now, ever since I started my channel. I love films, I love trivia, I love talking about film trivia. Just films in general. But I've always put it off because I look at other reviewers and theorists and think, that's their thing. They do it better. But there's always more room for discussion. Different discussions. And this wasn't a general review of the film. It was just a discussion of the issues behind it. If you're interested in watching Milo and Otis, as a sadist, I highly recommend it. Plus, if you can disconnect enough, it is a really fun film. However, if you're interested in learning more about the darker side of production, I'll leave some links down below to some articles, but beyond that, go looking. You should always form your own opinion and have full knowledge about whatever it is you want to trash, defend, or analyze. Also, don't go out of your way to hate on this film or the many others like it, Homeward Bound, because a lot of them came out a long time ago, and while that's no excuse, it means that the events surrounding them can't be fixed. That being said, we have come a long way in animal rights, as we all know, and you wouldn't see films like this being made today. Maybe? Hey! If you've enjoyed, please, by all means, leave a like. Shows me a bit of support, and if you want to keep up to date with all things Proctor, fumble around with the subscribe thingy. Now get out. Get out. Get out. Leave! Leave! Leave me to my loneliness. But first, you must not interrupt my self-torture! Whoa, 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 whoa! I must be alone! Are you gonna use it? I was going to, but you know, it's kind of primitive. You know? You know? Plus I can just do this! Oh, shit! No! Bye! La-di da-di doody doop doody doo fruity goop moosh noo doo 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 doo. Alright. I think that's it. Okay.
Quiet.